Hello, here with Motorcycling, back with another video for you today. Today I'm going to be talking about my 2019 challenge that I started, that was about 2 years ago. In February of 2019, I made a video about asking you guys for recommendations for what disc I should try. Sometimes a different perspective goes a long way. So these are the discs. These are some of the discs. Some of the other discs I no longer have. So, for example, the Maverick, I no longer have. The Discraft Punisher, I still have it, but my daughter, my 3-year-old daughter, got a hold of it because it's purple, so she liked purple, so she took it. So it's with her now, so I don't have it with me today. And then the Zombie, I no longer have. The Zombie is with someone. I think I sold it. But as you can see, those 3 discs did not make it into my bag. I'll kind of go over them a little bit, and then the rest of them are right here. I still have them. Although the Undertaker was in the Z plastic, that one I also sold. I didn't really like the Z plastic for that particular disc. So I'll talk about that later on in this video as well. So these are the discs from the 2019 challenge. I played with these discs all of 2019, a little bit beginning of 2020. Then all of 2020, I got caught up with a lot of things. And then towards the end of 2020, because of the pandemic, there's a lot of things that didn't happen. But so towards the end of 2020, I got a new bag. And then I started going back to the discs that I was playing with before the challenge. Then starting with 2021, I'm trying new discs, and now I got a whole new bag, sort of. There's still some staples, and there's still some discs from this batch that went into the bag, and I'll go over that as well. So let's start off with the Punisher. The Punisher is basically a faster version of the Surge. It does fly a little bit more stable than the Surge. And so therefore I didn't really see a need in my bag. However, it's not a bad disc whatsoever. It's actually, for me, it has a flight pattern where if I throw it flat, it stays flat, and then it finishes off on a hyzer, and it's with the Z plastics, it skips a little bit. But because it's a higher speed disc, it requires a little bit more power and can't really finesse compared to Discraft's Surge. So to me, they fly very similar. It's just that one is got a thinner rim, so the Surge has got a thinner rim, whereas the Punisher just got slightly thicker, wider rim. And then the Maverick was basically a more stable version of the Underworld. And I had an Underworld in my bag, and I took that out and put the Maverick in. And the Maverick basically is just more stable version. However, I think I like the plastic from Dynamic Discs Maverick more than the West Side Underworld. But in terms of flight pattern, it flew a little bit more stable. So on windy days, if I wanted a hyzer flip disc, I would go with the Maverick because the Underworld's too understable on a windy day. So that has a place in somebody's bag, but not my bag, because for windy days, I would not really throw an Underworld or the Maverick. I have another disc that I'm going to go over in a minute. And then lastly, out of that batch, the Zombie. It's basically a straighter version of a Buzz or a... not necessarily a Stalker. The Stalker does fly similar to a Buzz, but it's a speed 7, I believe. So it's a little bit faster than the Buzz, so it's nicer in terms of like if you want something that flips up and flies straight and goes a little bit faster, especially through the woods. And then, so as far as the Zombie goes, it's basically a longer, faster version of between a Buzz and a Stalker. Now we're talking about back then. There's plenty of discs that you'll see in a moment that I want to talk about. The Discraft has come out since then to kind of fill in the gaps between the Zombie and the Buzz. So with those 3 discs, I found the Zombie was really easy to throw, in my opinion. I found that the Punisher was the most challenging because it is a higher speed disc and it's got a wider rim, where the Zombie's got a very narrow rim, and it does feel like a modified, it's like between a Wasp and a Buzz. So it's kind of one of those interesting fairway drivers. And then the rest of the discs here, this is an Esp Undertaker. This is what replaced my Z Undertaker. I really like the way the Undertaker flies. I like it a little bit better than the Zombie because for me the rim just sits better in my hand compared to the zombie. So that's why I end up with this versus the zombie. And the zombie sometimes flies a little, it's too straight. So then when it does, especially in the Z plastic, it kind of skips. It has such a flare compared to the Undertaker, and I just like the Undertaker better because even when I throw it flat, it does go, especially in the ESP plastic, it kind of slightly goes to the right, but then it finishes hard left, which I didn't have a disc like that in my bag, so thanks for whoever recommended the Undertaker. The next disc is the Sting. It's actually a first run, and it was one of the discs that I tried as well. Again, it's very similar to the Undertaker, except it's more of a fairway driver, so that's why, to me, and it's kind of domey. So this particular one I got, it's a little bit more domey than I guess the other ones, so it does have a little bit more stability, but still, it's flies pretty straight. It also finishes with a hyzer, and with the Z plastic, it skips. So that's why I didn't really keep this in the bag. But the Undertaker, as you guys can see, I kept it in the bag. I actually bought the ESP one instead of the Z. So this one, I didn't stay in the bag, but it does fly. To me, I think it's easy to throw. I just prefer the stalker better because I can shape the stalker in terms of, so the stalker, for me, it feels a little bit better in my hand. And even though they are very, very similar, but for some reason the stalker just feels more comfortable in my hand, and so I just throw 3 different molds of stalkers so that I have an understable stalker, a straight stalker, and an overstable stalker. So that's why and they're just different weights for those reasons. So I didn't really need the Sting in the bag. But for new players, if you want to get something that is easy to throw, I would get the Sting. And then the Luna was recommended because I liked my Pro AVRs, and a lot of people recommended the Lunas because Paul Macbeth went to Discraft. This is a prototype, and whatever this Jawbreaker plastic is, this blend, I'm not a fan of how it feels compared to the Pro AVR plastic feel. And then on top of that, it was dinged up, and it actually gets scuffed and cut much easier. You can see it right there. This cut right here, it's just a gash that went through here, and I don't know what it hit. I don't know if it hit chains and it gash or whatever, but yeah, and then you can see right here, it's just, so it took the Pro AVRs probably 3 to 4 years before it actually got this beat up, whereas this, I played it from 2019 to midway through 2020, so it was only like a year, and it was already dinged up, so I'm not a fan of this plastic. I mean, it's dinged up really bad, as you guys can see there. I also did not like this prototype. I don't know what the new Lunas fly like, but this prototype did not fly similar to the Pro AVRs. I felt that the Pro AVRs had more glide than this one, so I actually didn't really care for the putting on this one. Throwing off the tee, it wasn't bad. This plastic kind of sticks to the ground. It doesn't really have any flare whatsoever when it hits the ground. So as far as like up shots with this and approach shots, this is fine. I did throw a few of those, and I did throw it off the tee. It's just like I feel like it flies similar to a probably a KC Pro AVR, maybe less stable than a KC Pro AVR, but something similar to that. So and then I felt like this rim was too slippery compared to the Pro AVR, so that's why this did not stay in my bag. But it's a prototype, so I'll still keep it for keepsake. It's the only one I own. So that's why that did not make my bag. But those are my thoughts on that one. And then the rest were Axiom Discs. Whoever recommended these Axiom Discs to me, thank you so much. I actually did not even know about this company, didn't even know much about this company. I thought, whenever I saw one of these, I thought it was an MVP disc because that's what MVP Sports Disc was known for. But apparently Axiom is a manufacturer that MVP Discs makes discs for. So they have 3 different lines, MVP, Axiom, and now Streamline, and so I didn't know that. And I actually love the way the Axiom Discs feel. And my favorite out of this whole batch is this Vanish. This Vanish is similar to a Wraith, except it's a little bit more understable, and it's so beginner friendly. So if you are a beginner player and you want to kind of dip your toes into a high distance driver, and you've gotten the putter throwing down and the mid-range throwing down, and you want to dip into a higher speed disc, but you still want something that's user friendly, this Vanish is amazing. So whoever recommended me these discs, that was freaking awesome. The only issue, it's not really an issue, I suppose. When I bought this, I didn't realize this was a limited edition. So I went back to get another one for my bag, because this did make it into my bag. It is now in my bag. When I went to go get another one, for some reason they were not anywhere to be found. I even tried eBay. I even tried Axiom's website, but Axiom only says to go see the dealers, and none of the dealers had it. I had no idea why they were out of stock. But they just got into stock this week, so I ordered 3 of these. So they're on their way, and they should be here in a couple of days, and I cannot wait to put them in the bag, because these, when I throw them on a flat, dead flat, it goes to the right and it just glides forever after it goes to the right. It doesn't necessarily turn over completely. It turns over a little bit, but then it comes back slowly, and it's just such a cool flight on this disc. And I don't know what this whole gyro technology is. I haven't really looked into it. I just like the way this disc flies. So that went in my bag. These 3 did not make it in my bag. However, they're still really good discs. I kind of beat this one up a little bit. I played with these 2 a lot. You don't see it on this one, but it's because it's been cleaned a number of times. But the Inspire is, for me, it's very similar to it's actually kind of similar to a faster, I would say, in between a Surge and a Punisher. Well, I would say probably slower than a Surge. So either way, this Proton plastic is actually really nice feel. It feels like a Champion plastic, whereas this Neutron is more of a ESP or Star plastic. But either way, I like both of the feels of these. This is a very narrow rim, and it flies, for me, it flies stable. So flat, if I throw it flat, it finishes to the left, and it finishes slow, actually. But it's a stable finish. It's not anything that dives to the ground as soon as I release it. So it's kind of a nice disc. But there's really no room in my bag for it because I have other discs that do that already, and I'll show you that in a moment. And then the theory is this one actually flies similar to a Buzz. However, it doesn't have the same feel in the hand as the Buzz. So that's why this didn't make it into my bag, because I already have a Buzz in my bag. So again, anybody who wants to get into disc golf, and all the beginners, and you guys want something similar to a Buzz, this is it. And what's cool about these is I love the 2 color combination on the plastic. That is so cool. When I got them, honestly I thought they might fall apart or something, but they don't show any sign of falling apart. They are definitely as one piece after using these discs for quite some time. So again, this doesn't feel as nice in my hand as the Buzz, but someone who's new, and maybe this is more comfortable for them than a Buzz. So if you hold a Buzz and you're not feeling it, try the Theory. It's a great disc. And then this one, when I bought this, I don't remember it coming in the Proton or Neutron plastic. I think it's available in a plasma plastic now. But basically, it's a stable driver. It's not super overstable. It flies actually kind of similar to my Challenger, my beat-up Challenger. Not a brand new one, but a beat-up one. This plastic, this Electron, is kind of flexible. And yes, it's grippy. But I think because of the way this plastic is made, it like sticks to the ground. Like every time I was using it to throw it off the tee. I never put it with this. Well, maybe I did try to put it with it, but I think it's better off the tee or for up shots and the pro shots. But every time it hits the grass or the ground, it just sticks, because this is like a soft, very like a soft magnet, or a super soft Wizard, like those kind of plastics. So that's what this plastic feels like, and it's like very flexible, as you can see. So yeah, so that didn't make my bag because I really didn't need a disc like this for upshots or anything, because I already had my my Challenger and I was already used to it. And the Challenger for some reason feels a little bit like a smaller diameter than this disc. I don't know why. I think it's the same diameter, but if this feels like a little bit wider. But again, if you're new to the game and you want to try some Axiom discs, my subscribers who recommended this, great disc to throw off the tee box if you're into this soft plastic. I want something a little bit harder, so that's why I'm going to keep throwing my Challengers. So that did not make my bag. But yeah, basically these 2 made it into my bag. I'm getting 3 more of these. I have 2 of these now, the Undertakers, 2 in the bag. And that's pretty much my thoughts. on the 2019 Disc Golf Challenge discs recommended by you guys. So this year I'm trying some new discs. I'll make a separate video of that, of the discs that are new to my bag this year, and then kind of a quick overview of what the old ones are. And then maybe we'll do another challenge. So you guys tell me what you think. If you want to do another challenge, I can certainly do that. But in the meantime, I believe that these discs are going to go into a collection, what's called giveaway. So since I'm not using these anymore, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a pile, and then later on I'll make a video as to how all my disc golfers who are subscribed to my channel, if you guys are interested, you can win these discs. And I think that's what I'm going to do from now on, is I'll do a challenge, and then whatever I don't end up making into my bag or end up liking or using, whatever, I'll put it in a pile, and then I'll just give it away to you guys, since you guys are always watching my videos and always communicating with me and interacting with me. I think it's great, and I think what better way than just, I have a bunch of discs, might as well just start giving them away to you guys. So you let me know. All right, in the meantime, you guys have a good day, and hopefully you have started your disc golf season, and I'm hoping to get a motorcycle, a new one soon, so we can make a video of that, start a new adventure on that. But in the meantime, this is the new disc golf adventure, and I love my Vanish, I love my Undertakers. It's still putting with my Pro AVRs, but otherwise, yeah, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you later.